queen. Me, me 2 times every day.
All right. Whew. So what I'm hearing is, if this is some kind of migrational energy here, but the migrants don't have power, you see, that was migrating because of these reasons, because they were stealing and harvesting from the sun. Okay, so somebody keeps saying, I take care of mine, but what I'm seeing over here is this: nobody was able to dominate me here. They just removed protection. The tiger could be China. They could have just removed protection here. Okay, somebody could have been calling somebody eccentric here. All right, or too much to handle, so they can be in a situation. This could be with me or you or somebody else. Okay, but and that's what I'm saying. I remember some kind of consummation or something that happened in the sky, in a vision or a dream here over that neighborhood. Okay, and then the next thing we pulled was the Queen of Swords. So hold on 1 second here. Because these people could be dealing with galaxies. My uncle that live over there, he's like a real Star Trekky person or whatever. So they could have been dealing with that the whole time here. All right. This could be something also about a prophecy. Like if these people were in my dreams, or everything I see, Moses them had computers hooked up to me so that they can get, this was all not supposed to happen. That's why something is falling here. Because it's not theirs. And I'm hearing these men that's calling themselves having women. This was the single, sexy, successful. This was my energy, married or not. This is the way I moved. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, these ain't even y'all wives. These was already given to me through some type of grid or something here. Okay? So none of these men, all these men that's trying to play me or make me jealous of these women, they would be my women. They're not yours. Like, these are not the people that were supposed to be taking women. So they just took whatever they saw. Maybe even through a retina scan or an iris scan of mine. All right. All right. Maybe we're getting into something now. Okay. And then we have the Pisces. Because I told you, if this girl that this boyfriend liked in the second grade for 5 days, but he always still remember her name. If there's something here, like in elementary school at some point in time, or middle school, he liked this girl, but they dated for 1 day and broke up. Now, if that's this unpacked energy, this Pisces in reverse, it still ties in this fraud all the way from, yeah, because I'm hearing about that. I'm seeing that girl Mariah Lynn when she was like, I died for my family. Yeah, that's how I was until I found out what they were doing. So either these people is just stupid, you know what I'm saying, or you gonna really die for your motherfucking family. That's my family. It ain't your fucking family. This could be also when they started to create Puerto Rico as a horn here. Okay. So this could be, if this is Reaper, if this is really Jay, Reaper's baby mama from the circle, but that's her forever young version, which those was really close friends with my best friend, Jay, Joanna, all those girls. Okay. And they actually lived next door to my other best friend, brief best friend, Lily, the Fane girls. She ended up moving in Circle Drive, and she was living right next door to them. But this could why all these people don't like me, or why they was doing something to me secretly or in the sleep. So this could be spooky with somebody awakening that some house that somebody put me in could have been in reverse. Now, I took a picture of my home, my metropolitan home, and I seen like George Washington, Old Lady Hubbard, a whole bunch of other ghosts showed up in that picture that I took. So that house, I was also getting a vision or a dream that somebody got burned in the fireplace in that house. There was some ashes or something. Somebody got burned in the fireplace. Could have been me. Could have been somebody else. Buy something in the fire. Somebody could have took something out the fireplace and started a fire. But I was getting this vision that I kept on getting visions about that lower level family room in that metropolitan house for some reason. All right. And then it's funny because my sister came up that summer when she was sad that she had to go back. Okay. And that's what I'm saying. If the whole Jay-Z brother getting killed, when if that was representing me, right? Or if the Aaliyah sister or whatever this is representing this sister going into the industry or in the back end. And how they was like, oh, she was too young, hanging out with all these guys, boopity boop. It's something like this, but nobody can, like, since nobody can claim me, I'm pretty sure this is somebody trying to make other people's lives easily off of my calling, so that they can say, don't you wish you would have picked me? No, motherfucker, 'cause I'm about to take everything. You don't have nothing in this season. These men don't have no wives. And if I was supposed to be a boy, you don't have no wives. Them mine. If this would make a man go against his wife, this would make a motherfucking man go crazy. But somebody is not a man. Somebody is a feminine fucking energy. Period. Okay? Somebody is a feminine energy, and the religious person that's still talking about the Bible or something, this person is the one with the long heraldry here. This could also be, they could have made a version, the alchemy in you energy could be a version of mix between me and my boyfriend. You see what I'm saying? Splices is different when they're splicing you, and it's different when they're creating children and offspring of you. You understand? It's coming out like it's different here. Okay? So none of these have none. You don't have none. Huge part on them claiming that Waukegan is Mexico. It's like Waukegan is no longer what Waukegan. It's Mexico and whatever this is. Like Waukegan, between that border in Wisconsin or something, they're calling this they talk about this is the southwestern border. The rest of the world is supposed to be oblivious to what's going on in the midst here. But as long as I've been here 10 toes down, nobody's talking to me. You trying to establish something, but nobody, you don't own shit up in here. This could be where they killed me at, between Chicago and Milwaukee, or with the Chicago fire. They could also see the burns here. They could have been going back and forth, because right now I'm facing south, which Chicago is that way. Somebody could have made somebody into a dog or something, or a bitch. You know what I'm saying? And then burn them or something like this. None of these world leaders, you don't have none no more. None of these governors, you don't have none. None of these commanders, you don't have none. You don't have none. Also, the sun coming from the east. This could be my energy latching back into me being some, hoity-toity superior Caucasian or brown-skinned family in Connecticut or something, in New Hampshire or something. It's something like this. Like, this is, we thinking like, oh, when the sun cometh, I was thinking small. I was thinking like, what if there is something about like, I was thinking about John Gotti's abandoned mansion or whatever. What if there's something like, I was always in all these places. I never been to California, but something in my likeness was there in order to, excuse me, put everything back together again in the end. You understand? Because I can't live a regular life because other entities are always going to be in. I wouldn't be able to go to school. I wouldn't be able to do these things until I'm all back together again. You get what I'm saying? So I'm going to school over here. I'm getting my bar over here. I'm doing this and that. But where I'm losing track of where all my stuff at then? And my enemies are holding on to it, and they're actually winning or getting ahead with it. Give me my stuff back. Like, what are you doing? You're not planning on sharing anything with me? No, these are women. I'm pretty sure. Even some of these rappers, these could be women posing as men because they knew. Get what I'm saying? If there is a masculine version of me that didn't get castrated, the person is still around or something, but that's not the original me. They had to replicate something or bring something back in order to finish a job. These girls could be fucking on that person and they my enemies. How? How? That could be also what's draining me. So I'm supposed to still be doing something. This vassal of mine here, and I'm supposed to be just sitting here rotting and waiting and not getting no answers, and people trying to ignore me and act like I'm not who I am or whatever the fuck this is, and they got my shit. That's like me. I'm messed up. If I got all this stuff to turn in, and me and my sister took the wrong backpack, she took mine and she already at school. My parents at work. I can't get to her school. You know what I'm saying? I'm messed up. I'm messed up because she got all my stuff in her backpack and I got all her stuff, in mine. But I had a lot of stuff to turn in that day. You know what I'm saying? It's something strange like this, okay? So this could also have something to do with my family working with these families because I told you how closely knit something actually must be behind the scenes. Like nobody stopped to explain to me, yeah, your auntie, your great uncle was dating the Parham's grandma for a long time. That's it. Nobody said, well, this person accident or this person had a kid with that person or this person had an alliance or they made a deal or all the specs have never been told to me. You understand? So that just be weird if I knew all these people knew each other, but they tried to act dumb like they didn't know each other as I was meeting people in that area. If they tried to act dumb, if everything was staged, you know, with the Fitzgerald boy and the part in the play Sister Sophia, whatever they had going on that they already knew each other before I went there. And then they act like, oh, we just met these guys, or don't he seem cool or something? Oh, he gonna bring his friend. Everything could have just been already a setup. You get what I'm saying? Because God's children was perishing what? Because of the lack of knowledge. It could just be about the dynamics of family that somebody sold to you, or me, or whoever this is that needs to hear this. Yeah, crabs in a barrel in reverse, and then Pisces. It's just strange when you live a life with somebody, but you're trying to explain, wait, this person. So when I thought that me and this person moved away, and got our own apartment, that person still was really living at his mom's house, or we was going to his mom's house all the time, or was he living in a house 3 houses over, watching me and his stalemate go to visit his mom with and he was still fucking bitches from high school. Like I'm trying to wrap my head around what this is. And so I'm being punished by this person that stayed behind and made me go live a boring life, and I was being tortured and tormented, having to sit there and raise children when that wasn't even in my energy. I was probably supposed to be like some of these other girls that waited until later on to have children so I could relate to somebody instead of being the only one with all those kids out of all my friends and family and everything. Do you understand? It's something like that. So now we wouldn't be, even if we were all supposed to still cross over into the next ring. I would feel different than them. Or they would have a heads up on me. That mean a whole chapter of whatever this is that I was supposed to learn before I was able to cross over. I didn't get that information. So what? We move into the new realm and they still have an advantage over me? That don't work. You know what I'm saying? And other people taking the credit for something that I built. A whole structure that I built. Okay? You know, I didn't sleep with anybody's man. I did everything correct, but these people were all fucking my man or something. Like, behind my back. Just like acting like they were these Vampire Diary people. Or that's what they were. Meaning that could be why they used this to kill this man. Because they said, oh, you already had something with us. You're not a virgin king or princess or queen. You already built this empire with us of vampires. You already built this ring. But I haven't built anything yet. I could have been on this planet for 1,000 years. And all these people been doing this same shit the whole time. And they say, you ain't no virgin. Look, we got pictures of you fucking these many people or something. But that's not what we're saying. So, but I was really a virgin when my person that I got married to was the first person I had sex with my own will. If these people was using me as some kind of dipping bowl or something, or dipping cup, I didn't know that. You understand? Me, my reality, my consciousness is telling me that's the first person that I slept with. The person that I eventually married. So if they trying to say, oh, you wouldn't, the person wasn't a virgin when they got married to your son because she was fucking your son. You know what I'm saying? And so it's by the book, but it's not, because to then know somebody, how deep are we taking it when somebody says, oh, knowing someone? And why was Jesus saying, I don't love nobody that don't love me and they can't come with me, or I don't know them. I guess I didn't know you, because this is what these people is playing. So I was about to put earlier, something, 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 A. So when I was supposed to go to Canada and move there and be represented, and they gave this to Drake, or they gave this to Candy, or they gave this to somebody else. Some other people moved there. Did they have something that looked like me? I don't know. But it's not in my memory bank as of yet. Unless God is going to put me all back together and then all this stuff will hit me at one time. I'm not sure. Because if they already been killing all these clones all around the world, then I'll never be put back together again. You see what I'm saying? Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. But who was the one that was supposed to be broken and not built back up? Because my friend lived on Wall Street. So who is Humpty Dumpty? Who actually could have died, or who actually did some tragic thing happen to, and then you changed who, and this is how you solidify some DNA, or this is how you solidify somebody's identity here. Right? Because remember I told you I had that vision when I was walking to my friend used to always, when we was walking to the bus stop, she would be jump out the shower and her hair would be wet, and she had really long pretty hair. And I remember one day we was walking to school, and it's like she was an ice. She was like a piece of ice, and I was walking behind her. See this right here? But instead of the hair sticking up, it was on her back, frozen like this. But it was down her back. All right? It was down her back. And I remember walking in her hair. I touched it where I'm like, oh my goodness, why your hair so? And it was just frozen brick. It was brick solid frozen. It was like a blizzard out, and we was walking. I think it seemed like we was walking in the snow, but for a brief moment, all the snow was melted, and it seemed like we was just walking on the clean street. And it was still cold because the air, like the breath that was coming out of our nostrils, was like frozen. It was like thick air coming out, like thick clouds coming out of our mouth. But I was standing behind her. She was walking ahead of me. And it's almost like, the sun got lit up around us. And it's almost like, it's like a vision or something. Like she wasn't there, like she was a ghost. So back then, it could have been telling me something about around that time when I had that vision. I didn't know that my friend was already gone, right? And they had replaced this person with a clone. Or something like this, because again we kept going on being friends and everything like this. Even if they did something to this play sister, we after that we came back to school and was like, oh, these bitches is crazy, oh, somebody gonna get their ass whooped. So we came back ready again. So it's not like she didn't die, but did she? You know what I'm saying? Did somebody not write about it? Because they was going to use all this stuff and put it on me and try to say, see, this person is a demon or a devil. She died this many times. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's something like this here. Because we got the world here, the world card in the upright with burning something. Somebody didn't burn something. But at that time, family was still ride or die. So the behind the scenes people, was they there to conflict me? That was what they was put there for, period. Or were these people fighting still for the so-called blind, or because we got blind over here sideways, not blind, but the son that's not gone through the process yet. Somebody has not gone through the process yet. All right. These people could have been born like this, and then the crisis is supposed to like come back to, or that could be Shiloh coming to and getting the scepter, right? Coming out of a coma, coming to. But I feel like we're doing it wrong. We're doing it wrong because there's supposed to be a significant change now. Because why they wouldn't change it? Yeah, somebody's lying about something. Because somebody don't want somebody to get the fresh start, the full fresh start. Like somebody's afraid for you to be looking like being a bad bitch, or being whatever this is, and being in control of your own self, not being a bad bitch Barbie, and somebody else's putting your Barbie in other Barbie houses or playing with it without you before you can even open it. You know what I'm saying? It's something, somebody's testing something out before you can even get it, in case you're not going to be with them. That's wrong. It's going to make somebody not want to be with this person. We got 40 to 50 years old is in reverse. Somebody is lying about their age. Somebody could be saying you're lying about your age. I think tooth is still here. Somebody's tooth is in the upright. I mean, maybe this is a real tooth from another one of your clones or something, but somebody could be saying you're not this age or something like this. You're that age. This would be like somebody trying to trap you with an old person body, but make you be one of those people that had to go back to school and start all over. And instead of letting you get a new car or something like this, they're gonna make you embarrassed by going back to school like looking worse than you did in school. Like somebody's a fucking hater or something. Yeah, we got the Empress in the up, even though the Empress is in the upright. This is what somebody's trying to do. Because somebody's like, oh, I'm caught up with you or something like this. But you're not caught up, because while you were trying to copy me and get as many clones as me and spread yourself out like me, you was having these people kill me, and now all yours is about to be gone too. While none of you are going to be included when I create this new stuff. You understand? You're going to have to ask to get in, because it's making me think about those lyrics when Drake say, y'all should have been nice to me or something at the school reunion or something. It's kind of something like this. Somebody don't want you to be able to sit. This could be also be a carry situation where everybody have to sit their ass down. Everybody else have to sit down, because this could also be something that people's trying to get you to do because they want to take your soul. So I don't want nothing but the holy aspect of this. There's only one person that get this type of rebuild, and that's me. That's not those people. So they've been building them, and now it's a problem. Somebody trying to act like, oh no, you can't get that treatment or something. You was never supposed to get that treatment. So how about we go destroy everything that you built? Because this would be like the daughter killing everything that the father, because the father was not sufficed. So the father tried to give you his old wrinkly well-seasoned witch group that would have you fucked up, and he took your young body of people that were growing and not manipulating by you, but they were learning from you. You guys were all growing together. You were changing the things, like your from you guys growing up together, you were kind of like together, but everybody's still different. Somebody switched bodies here. A father could have even took my renewal in my new car and use it for themselves. And now they got all these witches that's gonna try to think they're gonna keep me here stuck with the apparition of a man or something like this, because they feel like that was their fate. But me and you ain't the same. I wasn't going out there harming people. Even if I knew that I was what I was back then, I still wouldn't have did nothing different. I still would have treated people the same way. So somebody drops somebody and they want you to downsize, but that's not what's happening here. Some surveillance energy, they could have dropped you to the fire and you just came back out. Okay, surveillance, something may provide important clues. So there could be something about you could be surveillance. Somebody's name could start with S. You could be the surveillance. Like, seriously. Because it's not fair if these people take my eyes closed, drug me, and come in here and they can dip their energy or their hands, put their hands on me and cleanse their dirty self. And you want to keep that old rusty cup, and then every 10 years got to come back over here. Because when Jesus was sitting at that well and he said, you drink from this, you'll never thirst again. These are people that have endless knowledge. They still keep gaining knowledge. They have it's an open door because you drank from that fountain. Okay? It doesn't mean that the fountain kind of got to keep on sleeping with you, or the fountain got to keep loving you. The fountain don't feel nothing really. The fountain is just doing what the fountain is doing. It don't mean that you could keep going against God and messing up and coming drinking from the fountain or create other fountains from that fountain so you can just keep on being rotten and keep healing and cleansing yourself. No. You learn a lesson, and you see, that's why I'm saying God is trying to show you a lesson. If something to burn somebody could have said you burnt them, like gave them that disease, what people use this term for. But since I've never had a sexually transmitted disease, and I've had enough partners, okay, to have experienced something, all right, I'm not going to tell you how many, but I've had enough where somebody would be like, damn, even having sex for 20 something years, oh, you never had that? That means something. So somebody could have lied and said that you did this and then did something to you. Or okay? Or this could be somebody could have said that you burnt them with a disease, and then this person called you a bitch, and then there was a fight that came out to make you the villain. But that argument that me and my boyfriend got into, it was about a hamburger. It was a Wendy's hamburger. Okay? So if my friend, the Fane girl, was in the back seat of the car when this shit happened, if my dude was going over there getting his hair braided, and these people was booed up doing something more, that bitch burnt you. You got confused. You got confused. You found some coochie that was almost as good as mine, and you said, I could deal with this. And this person is light skinned, I could deal with this. Because you wanted me to be you wanted me to be the underdog. So somebody could have lied and said that argument was about something else when they called me a bitch. But no, it was because you forgot the bacon on my double stack with bacon on it. You understand? And at the time you had me hooked up to you had the Aquarius in reverse, which is Pearl Hawkins, which could be a clone of Brandon Spencer. You had that person plugged up in my system as a puppet master, because when I was little, y'all was able to do that until I got to a certain point of my awakening and you couldn't do it no more. So somebody could be saying that you got it. Somebody, you went and fuck with that Fame girl, and that bitch burnt you. Cause it was at that time when I was probably telling you it could be this, or somebody was dealing with somebody here. Okay. Oh, oh, wait a minute. Because we got his hand is burnt on this picture. We got burnt. Oh, so this was a fire. See? Because I told y'all I started watching Pretty Little Liars. And I didn't want to watch it because it was disturbing me. Because I'm like, is this what these girls was actually capable of doing behind my back when I was friends with them? And I remember that the girl got mad and she burnt up that thing. And I think the boy got burnt in that shed. Something else happened here. And somebody could have vilified the wrong person for this thing here. Somebody could have vilified the wrong people or the wrong person. This could also be if these people is trying to be gods in that area. These are some clones or something that was generated from Annalisa, from these people. Russia. Yeah, Russia is here. Russia. This was something that y'all generated. It don't have to be her kids, but she could have took my DNA and spliced it and made another version of me here. But these is something about some kind of burns or something, and maybe a death, skull and crossbone. There could be two people that got burnt here. I don't know what this is, y'all. Something is very strange here. This could also be this Beauty 9419. Okay. This could be like a ghost woman. They don't have a life. This is not somebody that be like, oh, my sister came by, but this is like a DN, whatever you call that thing, where this person was coming around my boyfriend, but I didn't know. It was a hidden family member. You can't never tell your girlfriend about us. Somebody could have been watching. These could be watchers, and they was watching us with each other, and then got mad about it. But we got the person that got burnt, and then we got the skull and crossbones energy. I'm even thinking this shit is kind of crazy. It's almost like I seen this thing about this werewolf like carrying this girl in her sleep. It was a big, strong werewolf took this girl, and she was asleep, and he took her to a whole nother location and was looking at her and everything like this and kissing on her, and then took her back home. We got the dog in the upright here. Again, past, present, and future is where we at. Somebody else could have got these memories. Whoever, this woodsy girl could have got these memories, okay? And she dumps this dude. Like somebody been sitting here like, keep peeking back at me, but you've been living a life with something like me for like 3 years or more. Somebody could have dumped this person. This is somebody sleep with this person again, and all these memories come back. And this person realized what this person did, and they can't take it. They go on traveling on their own for on a thing like, oh my God, I can't be around nobody. I can't believe you did this. And they dumped this person. And something bad could have happened to this person. Okay? Highest in the room. So somebody did do something like this. They told a lie back in the day. Because I was thinking about those pictures. And I'm like, dude, what if they just making us look at that hotel? Got nothing to do with this. Because we got the roses was crying a minute ago in that reading in the car. So these could be somebody that have roses, or these forever roses girls that had those forever roses. This could be these people here. This could be these actual people that are a part of this gang in Rosemont, that they were using this Gay Rights Act to attack people in their hotel rooms in public places. All right. So I'm hearing don't cry. So if this masculine was sitting here hearing me say this stuff, this person could be building with other people. They coming home or the stalemate is here, but they're building with other people or something like this. It's like somebody like, I always wanted this other person or something like this. Okay. But without stealing my stuff, they don't have nothing. They don't have nothing. And I feel like they thought that they were going to, get something here. But I'm just, this person look Hispanic here. That power that I held inside of me could be the only thing why I'm still living here. You know what I'm saying? So this could also be two sisters here, two versions of sisters, right? P.S. I love you. Or these ain't even really sisters. This sister could have been taken from you from a young age. And they, like, what took you so long? My camera keeps going out on whatever phone I'm using, y'all. We just gonna have to deal with it. So if my camera come, okay, like I'm waiting for the person at the bus. Okay, I'm gonna say it one more time because I don't know if the camera caught it. And then I'm like, dang, girl, hurry up. The bus about to come. Dang, dang. And then finally the sister run around the corner. But really at one of these trap houses or one of these decoy houses, the other sister was there and took that sister, put her in there, clicked off her machine, and then clicked the machine on for her to be on the same program and come to school with me and be able to talk about the same stuff we was talking about last night. It's something like these people was doing like this. But they try to cast somebody else down for this thing, or this person did it but they didn't cast this person down. They were not killing people, they were not punishing people, they were not putting these people in jail, they was not doing any of that. These people were not dying, none of that. It was enough money to make these people just pay somebody cash to live in an apartment for a year, or for all these people to buy some big ass house and all live up in there together to do this work, because the number one thing was to kill the son or steal everything from the son. Candy coated raindrops. Yeah, somebody wasn't even cast down. They just put this candy coated raindrops energy up. So somebody could have said I was dead here. 5 May, and somebody else could have took my birthday here. This candy coated raindrops energy, because I think that song came out between 93 and 95. This could also be something about the downsizing. When we downsize, somebody is wanting you to go live in a small house again or live in a house or something, but something is saying don't do it. Surveillance caught something on the monitor at a certain place. Whoever's name is S, you either were caught on it or somebody, this is about you. Okay, we got the divine energy trying to be wrapped around this S or this snake. And this could also be downsized, that somebody never downsized. Um, because, okay, us moving from our metro house, the Metropolitan house, to the 48th Ave house in Kenosha, something is saying that somebody never made it or something like this. But all these people are liars and manipulating stuff. So when we moved out of my dad's house, rental house, and we moved to that tiny house, that 960 square, the downsize, somebody didn't make it there. Somebody didn't, and somebody's like, I'm down for mine, but somebody's acting like you or I was around just killing people or something. You wasn't doing nothing to nobody. Unless this is somebody that's down for you. they're claiming you, and they say, I don't care. I seen other things, obstacles that you didn't see, or something like this. Let's see. Okay. This should be proving here the innocence of someone, but it's too bad because you're already out of touch. Like, all of your property has moved. It's like you get a dog, and now it's in dog years. It been 20 years. That dog don't know you no more. That dog is happy with the person that been feeding them for 20 years. It's some shit like this. Okay, we got Rock Anthem on this. So this could be something that I told you, Rock Nation. Okay, while they were building this label or something like this could be a little bit more deeper here. It's almost like I wish that we didn't have to talk about this, or why do we? Because I feel like somebody's trying to push a narrative again for us to walk through uncharted territories. Like it's a distraction from something that's happening here. Somebody's trying to do yeah. So again, we're getting the Weaver in reverse. So by the time I could have been going to the gym trying to get myself in shape, Queen of Wands, Kenosha could have already did something. The county or whoever these people is could have already did something to me. All right. Also getting whoever this Zen person is that seem to have these weapons are formed against this person up here, but they're not prospering. Somebody is living a very soft girl life right now. They have everything that they want at their fingertips. Tea and crumpets or something like this. This could be that person that perished. That's not God, but somebody's treating this person like they're God. All right. Somebody could be very shallow here. Or somebody could be kidnapping your new car and holding it hostage. You know? I don't know where the new car facility is. It's almost like when these people were transporting somebody a million times, you had a million times to go ahead and do the transfer. Why didn't you do it? Something is corrupt. Because I'm hearing some people is waking up in Dubai or waking up somewhere and just getting the rundown of what something is. Some people is waking up in their new body. What's the big deal? Unless I'm losing my soul, don't fuck with me. Like if I'm on, but somebody could be like, yeah, you're gonna lose your soul. You don't want to get a new body. And that may not be true. This may be a gift from God for me here. But it's not this one, more than likely. I don't think it is. And I said it's wrong if these angels and demons was coming and trying to, give somebody the impression that they were gonna be. Somebody's just a cruel person probably here. Because again, we could see these things, the things that I'm telling you that could have happened one way and we only seen it one way. That's thinking about it one way. But also there could be the fact that you, oh, it was something. Maybe somebody don't want me to say it. It could also be the fact that we're reading people's minds at the time. When crime is going, people are, stuff gets seared into your subconscious, and it hangs around in there. And so if all these people is running off dopamine hits, robbing people, knocking people off, doing this and that and that and that, we could be picking up on like somebody in a meeting, like you find out that you traffic now. Some man come and say, "Oh, bitch, I'm gonna need you to put these," and you're like, "Huh? Well, put this, bitch. I don't gotta do what you say." You try to fight this man off, you can't. You end up in an abusive situation. You end up bound or gagged or taped up to something for 10 years in the basement or something. And you don't have no choice. These men is running through you, doing all this other stuff or whatever this is. Okay, now the real you is me. And I'm trying to move my life forward. And people trying to hold me to accountable to what somebody was doing with a clone in the basement in Chicago, and I never lived in the basement in Chicago. But the bitch that was in the basement in Chicago, since she was bitched out by these people, oh, we gonna put you at the top. You one of us. You a fucked up ass person that got a chip on your shoulder, that been through some trauma. Let me go ahead and put you at the top. That's not how it works. If God said this person, nobody should pierce this person, nothing's going to touch this person to end this person, nothing's going to kill this person. Who are you, or the Holy Spirit is not to see wicked things? Who are you to fuck around and say that they should? That's the motherfucking problem. This what shows that these people have a deeper problem here. It's a deeper, it's a deep, that's who